Alright guys, it's 2Kill2 here, and today's video is going to show you how to lone wolf a defensive terrorist hunt. Useful if you fancy doing one without the hassle of teammates. So the first thing you want to do is go into your options and into your matchmaking preferences. Once you get in here, down to the 4 terrorist hunt options, and you want to switch on protect hostage, and that's the only one you want to have on. Make sure everything else is off, and that is the only one that's a defensive terrorist hunt. Now you want to go into your map selections, turn on presidential plane, which is quite near the top, switch everything else off. That's the only map that you want on. There are other maps that you can use for this, but plane is the one that I think is probably the best, the quickest and the easiest to get through. So next, obviously, get into your terrorist hunt menu and make sure you click it across to lone wolf. We're going to be doing it on the normal difficulty as usual, just to keep things nice and simple. So once you've clicked on that, obviously plane's going to start up. We're on to room selection. So what we're going to want is the room at the front of the plane here, as you'll see. It's the meeting room. It's a nice easy one to defend. You want Mute as your character. That's quite important. He is the character that you need. I like to go with the shotgun and the pistol. You can pick whatever you want, but I find this a good combination. I'll explain why as I'm going through. And obviously nitro cell instead of the camera. The camera's not much use to you in a terrorist hunt. So now we'll get into the setup. So metal walls are not essential, but I like to use them. So I metal up these two first. Bear in mind that if you go to your green box for refills, which you can use as many times as you want on normal difficulty, you can get more metal walls. But now it's all about muting the walls up. So obviously mute those ones up. From this side, there's about 3 walls here side by side that are breachable, so you're making sure they're all covered. 2 mute jammers will do it. The end wall is above the stairs. It's safe, they can't come in through that one. Having the door shut will just give you a little bit of extra time knowing when they're arriving, and then obviously this is the last bit to mute up these 2 walls here. If you've still got time, use this chance to get your refills in ready for in between rounds if you plan on doing things. And the enemies will just start, and this is where the shotgun comes into its own. I like this position here next to this chair. Generally a one-hit kill when they arrive if you hit them. It's a good shotgun for that. Slow fire, so if you miss you kind of leave yourself a bit vulnerable, but it's just a case of sitting here waiting for them to come and just picking them off. This is the only door they can get in, and because you've muted up all the walls they can't breach in through them. That is something that can obviously happen if you're not careful. You have to watch you don't lose mute jammers. If you lose one, it's not the end of the world, you can replace them and hope for the best. Be very careful with nitro cells, make sure you get them well out the room if you are throwing them. And it's just a case of going through each and every stage, finishing off the enemies. They do sometimes get stuck at a wall because they've tried to breach it, which means you might need to nip round. But now that that's done, you can start rebuilding. Be careful when you put up metal walls. If your mute jammer is too close to it, you can destroy your mute jammer from doing that. But as I say, the metal walls are not essential. I just like to put them all up because the terrorists can shoot through the metal walls on occasion. But as I say, it's just a case of going through each round now, picking them all off. And I'll slow it down again once we get into wave 4, just to make another point on that. Because wave 4, certainly pre-Ember Rise, I need to check if it changes from that. You get a bomber appearing in this round. So you can see by this point I've got all my metal walls up. I think I have lost one of my mute jammers, but I've got everything pretty well covered. Certainly the wall on your far right and the 2 right next to you there are the ones that you want to make sure are covered. And now it's a case of sitting waiting. As I say, you will get a bomber on this one, and this is where I use the pistol. You'll see that just as it comes up here shortly, because he is, I think, the first enemy to arrive for me. But it's a little bit of a replacement of the mute jammers there, just to make sure, because I say I did actually lose one at some point in that. Be wary of the shields that come as well. As you can see, there's the bomber, and with a pistol with no recoil, as soon as you get your aim on his head, just hit the trigger as quick as you can, and you'll take him out really quickly. The shotgun just won't kill him, and that's why I don't like the SMG. Keep reloading your shotgun as often as you can in between groups of them arriving. Make use of your pistol if you need to as well, which is obviously much quicker to reload. And just keep picking them off. Obviously tells you at the top how many enemies are left, so you can always keep an eye on that. And that is it. Enemies eliminated, 4 waves done, and haven't taken any damage. So it's a good position to be in. It's a good setup if you do it like that. And you can get through a defensive terrorist hunt fairly quickly if you're needing to spam them for any challenges, etc. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you've got any ideas yourself, any thoughts on how to do it better, leave them in the comments, and hopefully we'll have more coming your way soon.
My work is done. Time to pack it up.